We'll start today in Tadasana and take 3 breaths. On the next inhale, lift your arms up, interlace fingers. Exhale, bend to the left, back to center, to the right. Center, left, center, right, center, release, place your palms on your lower back, fingers up, slide back bend, back to neutral. One more back bend. Back to stand, Tadasana. Bending your right leg, come to a tree pose, palms at your heart center. Option to take a half lotus pose, placing your right foot over your left thigh. Option to fold forward, keeping your half lotus. Slowly coming back up. Slide your right leg down for eagle legs and bind your arms with your left arm on top. Release to Tadasana. Pause. Take a tree pose on the other side. Your palms at your heart center. Option for half lotus. Option for forward fold, keeping your half lotus. Coming back up to stand. Slide your left leg down for eagle legs and bind your arms with your right arm on top. Release into Tadasana and pause. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. High plank. Low plank chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, pigeon pose. Slide back bend. And 3 spinal waves. Before coming down on the ground. Coming back up, tuck your back toes and find lizard pose. Option to place your forearms on the ground. Push yourself back to half Hanuman with your back knee hovering over the mat. Release on the ground and fold over the right leg. Come back up and onto your fingertips. Exhale, lift your right leg off the ground. Release. Ground left palm to the left and right foot to the right of the mat. Open for baby wild thing. Release to kneeling and find half camel pose on the left. Back to center. Half camel to the right. Center. Left. Center. Ground your palms, tuck your toes and push yourself up to a forward fold with your palms behind your head. Release. Slowly come up to stand. Bend your right knee and pull the knee to your chest. Transition to right quad stretch. Wrapping left arm around your back and catching your right foot. Fold forward, keeping your right foot and taking your right knee to the sky. Keeping your right foot, find a baby grasshopper pose. Push yourself back into a forward fold, wrapping arms around your calves. Slowly coming back to stand. Take a step forward for a pyramid pose. Fold halfway and over the left leg. Option to lift your back heel. Walk your hands to the right for a wide-legged forward fold. Interlace fingers behind your back. Release. Walk your hands to the right for a pyramid pose and fold over the right leg. Option to lift your back heel. Halfway lift. Transition to a wild thing on the right. And a fallen triangle pose. High plank. Vinyasa to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, pigeon pose. Slide back bend. And 3 spinal waves. Before coming down on the ground. Coming back up. Tuck your back toes and find lizard lunge. Option 2. Ground your forearms. Push yourself back to half Hanuman with your right knee hovering over the mat. Release and fold over the left leg. back up and onto your fingertips. Next, exhale, lift your left leg up, hold, release. Ground your right palm to the right of the mat, baby wild thing. Release to a kneeling position. Find half camel pose on the right, back to center, and on the left. Center, right, center. Ground palms, tuck your toes and push yourself to forward fold. Halfway lift. Wrapping arms around your calves. Coming up to stand. Pull the left knee into your chest. Transition to a left quad stretch. Right arm behind your back, catching your left foot. Fold forward, taking your left knee to the sky. Keeping the right foot, transition to a baby grasshopper pose. And to a forward fold. Halfway lift. Take Padangustasana, catching big toes. Coming up to stand. Take a step forward for pyramid pose. Folding over your right leg. Halfway lift. Walk your hands to a wide-legged forward fold, catching your big toes and placing your head on the ground. Halfway lift. Walk your hands to a pyramid pose on the other side and fold over the left leg. Option to lift your back heel. Release. Transition to a wild thing on the left. And to a fallen triangle pose. High plank, vinyasa to downward facing dog. Release your knees on the ground and sit on your heels, placing your hands on your lap, palms up, to finish our practice. Connect palms at your heart, thumbs to third eye. Namaste.